Your life, your dreams, your power. Better hold it. Hold your power. Hold your power, baby. Hold your power. Hold your power. Hold your power. Hold your power.
Welcome to Hold Your Power, guys. Before I get started, I would like to apologize about the delay. It was due to problems with uploading videos, and it was fixed on today. So let's get started with how to believe in your dreams when no one else will. At some stage in our lives, we have all had dreams of what we wanted to do or become. Believing in a dream until it materializes is another job many people find hard to do. People have various reasons as to why they give up and leave their dreams hanging in the wind. But ask yourself, what you are waiting for? If you're holding on to the fear of failure, remind yourself you cannot fail at something you have never tried. If you work on your dream, the possibility of succeeding is there. What are you willing to do to make that possibility happen? Start with your dream and faith. Years ago, I had a client who always talked about not feeling like life held any meaning because she could not do anything. I asked her, what do anything look like? I also asked her to name one thing out of that anything that she wanted to do, but felt like she could not. After some prodding, she said all of her life she wanted to be a truck driver. I remember her looking at me intently as if she were trying to size up my response. I asked her to tell me what was stopping her. She quickly said, I am female, I do not have any money, and I do not know how to drive a truck. And just like that, she let me know she had little faith in her dream. She had not even researched what it would take to reach her goal. I gave her an assignment to find out everything she could about truck driving. The more research she did, the more questions I asked her, and the more eager she became to answer them. She learned there were lots of truck driving schools willing to not only train drivers, but pay them a stipend while they trained to obtain their CDL. So, all the things she said that were stopping her were barriers she put in place that would not allow her to reach her goals. It was hard, but she pushed forward. I am happy to say today that she is living her dream of being a trucker and married to one. You must believe and have faith. But let us go a little further about reaching your dream. I have a friend who 2 years ago picked back up her dream after getting a divorce. Her dream had always been to marry a kind, gentle man who treated her like a princess. It did not matter that she had been married and divorced 5 years earlier. She told me she had given up on her dream, settled, and married the wrong person. As she stated to me, it wasn't my dream man or marriage, but when I do it again, it will be my dream marriage to my dream man. I do not care if he has little money, she said. We can build together. I kid you not, Poweranians, she never gave up. She had her collage on the wall with a list of things to do and places to go to ensure she would meet her dream mate. She is a very classy lady, and she did not sleep around or throw herself at men. But she kept her eyes open, and no matter how a man may have seemed to someone else as perfect for her, she would say, it's not him. In 2017, she called and told me she had met her man on a plane, and he was the one. He was everything she had written about on her collage. They were married in 2018. He was kind, gentle, treated her like gold, and didn't have much to offer by way of money, but they worked hard, and last year she purchased a home of their dream. And the rest is history. She had a dream, and they believed it would happen, and they worked hard together, and again, the rest is history. She once said to me, "Everywhere I go, there is the possibility my soulmate may be there." That's a strong statement, but it's true. Your faith and dream is real. A client of mine, a single mother of 4, was having a hard time making ends meet with one job, but she could not afford to take on another part-time job because she could not afford to pay a sitter. I suggested to her that creating a part-time job at home might be the answer, and that she should remove the thought of worry and replace it with thinking about what she could sell. I had several things in mind based on what I knew about her, but I wanted her to take charge of what she believed would work. Eventually, I gave her a push by telling her that, for one, she was always complaining about being called upon by her relatives and friends to cook her famous spaghetti and meatball dish many times during the month. So I told her to start charging them a fee and make it available every Saturday. I encouraged her to make a list of all the people to ask and set a price. I still remember this like it was yesterday, Poweranians. I walked into my office hearing the phone ringing. I could barely say hello for her yelling, "I made $180 on Sunday." Over time, her business grew. She added things to her short menu. She had customers like family, friends, church members, hospital workers, and neighbors. I do know that the last time I saw her, she had worked her way up to a used car and was no longer behind in her bills. She was happy, contented, and proud that not only was she able to take care of her kids, she was also able to now focus on her next goal of attending college. She believed she could do it, and she found a way, which is one of the most important things I want to talk to you about. You must believe you will find a way out of no way. You must open every door, lift every rock, and block out any and everyone who tell you it's not possible. Most people will tell you all the reasons why you cannot do it versus all the reasons why you can. You must stay true to your dream. From the day you plant your dream, nurture it, Poweranians. Water it, and do not let it burn in the sun. Give it shade while it grows, and you get ready for your harvest. 15 years ago, I had a dream. I planted, nurtured, watered, and gave it plenty of shade. Like a baby, it grew faster than I expected, and I needed space. Space that I could not afford. I found the perfect place, but there was one problem. It was occupied. Every day after work, I would pass that place on my way home. I was hoping I would pass one day and find it empty, and after a few weeks, when that did not happen, I still did not give up on that building. I needed to make it happen, and I needed that space, so well-meaning people told me I would never get into that building. I would always say to them, "I wonder why God told you and not me." I I started calling, asking to speak with the owner concerning business. I was told he would be in later or the afternoon, but whenever I called back, I was met with, he is not available. I left my number until they finally told me we already have it. I was persistent, Power Radiants, and decided one day to drop in before their 7 o'clock closing. I walked up to the counter and immediately recognized the voice that I had left my number with a ton of times. Before I could complete my sentence of asking to speak to the owner, he asked me, what was I trying to sell? I told him I was not trying to sell anything and that I was actually there to help the owner and just needed to speak with him about a business deal. He stared at me for a second, told another worker to bring 2 cups of coffee, and motioned me toward a table. It was then he introduced himself as Mr. Sam and said he was the owner. I immediately started making my case about my business. I showed him my product, and surprisingly, he told me he had purchased my product at a function. I never touched my cup of coffee, Power Radiants. I was careful to only give him the information needed, no more and no less. But the most important thing I did was talk about how me renting half of his building would increase his income. Of course, it would increase my income also, but that would not be important to him. I believed he would only be thinking, what's in it for me? Power Radiants, the rest is history. I rented half of his building at a price I could afford and made a deal that after 6 months, if my revenue increased, I would pay him a little more. I was elated and kept telling myself all the way home, I told you you could do it. I told you you could do it. I never told all of those people who told me I would never have my business on the corner of that busy highway that my belief in me, my belief in my dreams, and my strong faith that I can move mountains and barriers start with me. And Power Radiants, I never give up. So until next time, Power Radiants, hold your power.